This podcast is brought to you by High Noon Hard Seltzers, the presenting sponsor because it's the best drink in the world. I'm gonna get some High Noon sent to you, Jordan, because I want next episode me and you showing everybody can, showing you all the best flavors. It's real vodka, real juice. That's why it's the best drink because no other drink does that. They all use that nonsense like malt that makes your mouth feel terrible. High Noon don't do that. Black cherry, watermelon. We got peach. We got grapefruit. There's so many flavors that you can't keep going through them. But I love so many of them. Um, Shout out to High Noon though. I'm gonna have some when I go to Michigan. Can you go to that or no?
I forgot we were talking about it. What day is it?
It's literally next Saturday.
No. Wait. Maybe. I'm on All-Star break. Didn't we talk about this?
Kind of, yeah. That's why you're like, oh, maybe I can go.
Uh,
We'll figure it out. But High Noon Hard Seltzer, go get yours at Drizzly. Go get it at your liquor store because it's real vodka. You can only get it at the liquor store, and especially like in New York. But go send us your setups on Saturdays when you're drinking your High Noons. All right, welcome back to an episode of Roundball. I wanted to Hunter's running all over the place today, so I wanted to get his thoughts going to Saturday after they've won 3 in a row. Hunter, I've been the biggest. I'm a Duke fan, but I watch every Michigan game fucking now. I do. I'm like, even Rhea is like, why are we watching Michigan again? I'm like, I gotta watch Hunter. She goes, oh, okay, all right. Now she's a Michigan fan. So what? I 3 in a row is the first time since the beginning of the season when you're playing dog shit teams. What has changed? Do you think? Because last night, obviously, whatever. It's Nebraska. They're a team that can steal one for sure. But Ohio State and Northwestern, what has changed? Do you think?
I think we're just starting to play desperate, Marty. Like everybody knows that we need to win a lot of games if we're going to try to make a tournament run. And so we're just playing desperate. We're playing like almost like we have nothing to lose, but obviously we do have something to lose, but kind of with that same mindset of where, you're just playing free and just trying to play together. I think defensively, we've made a lot of error. Like I think each game has been differently. I think Northwestern game, I think we won it with defense.
Yep.
Ohio State, I think we won it with defense, but I think yesterday we won it with offense. Like we gave up 75 points, which is usually a lot for what we're trying to do. But I mean, when you score 93, it doesn't
score
really.
93, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you can. You're able to give up 75 if you score 93. Wait, did we? Actually, I think we gave up 73, but the point still remains. Like we're winning games differently. Obviously, we made some mistakes versus Nebraska that we can't make versus other teams because we won't score 93 points every game. And so for us, I think it's just a matter of continuing to play desperately and not kind of getting complacent with the 3 wins because those 3 wins really don't mean anything right now. We still need a lot to do. We still have a lot of work to do. We still need to get a couple more wins, including this one on Saturday, which will be really big for us.
Bro, I texted Rothstein last night. I was like, bro, what's the path? Tell me the path for Michigan right now. 3 in a row. He's like, no, they definitely have a lot of games coming up that will help them a lot. Which, well, first of all, last night, we don't talk about much because you guys smoked them. The fact that they stopped double teaming you at one point was a wild move. I was like, because at first, bro, you didn't take a shot and you guys were up 20. Like you didn't shoot because you literally couldn't because they would attack you, almost triple team you, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was very relieved and pretty happy that Coach Hoiberg did that for me because, I only did take one shot and that was kind of off a drop off in the first half, and then they kind of stopped doubling me, and so I got pretty excited about that one because I was like, okay, now I finally get to play a little bit.
I will say you do like you're obviously you looked a little frustrated at one point because it's like, bro, all right, we get it. Double team every time, but it didn't let you affect your game because you passed it out every time. And to be honest, the reason I think they had to stop was because you were passing it out so much and your guards were hitting the threes,
Yeah, I mean, I think teams have been gambling on double teaming me and hoping that the guys would either not take the shots or miss the shots. And I think yesterday was a great example of us just being on our game. I was trying to find Jet a little extra yesterday because he had it going. I mean, he shot 14, but he made 6 of them, and so it's pretty efficient when you think about it from 3.
Oh yeah.
But guys like Kobe, T. Will, even Doug had a really good game. Joey, your guy Joey had a really good game. And so
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, when T. Will is playing well, when he's playing good, that's when like you guys are a legit problem. You are
yeah,
like,
yeah. When everybody's in their shots,
but
it's
like it's not going to obviously, and no one's every single player is going to play their best every single game. But like because Jet and you are always going to get you points. That's just a fact. It's going to happen. But then Doug was shooting threes from like fucking banana land and it was whapping in. Terrence Williams played great. And then, Joey coming off the bench and then hitting a 3, like that's a problem. If he can do that, you guys are a problem. I don't understand. I want to come in there with coach. I'm going to come in there and coach on Saturday when I come against Michigan State. Just give you guys a pump-up speech.
you're not good. Come in the huddle.
Yeah.
Drop the first play, maybe.
Yeah, of course. I should definitely drop the first play. So what's
Marty, you have one
say?
play. You're down 2 and you have one play. What play are you drawing up?
I am, bro. I'm gonna show you when I get there. It's a fake screen. Then the guy with the ball fake spin, a half spin around, pass it to the corner.
Half spin.
Yep. Because to be honest, I got to get out of here soon too because I gotta interview Tommy Fury at the moment.
Oh dang! Well, I will say to finish up the Nebraska game, I there was a chance that I wasn't going to play in the game because a little more than 24 hours before I tested positive for strep throat, and so yeah, people don't know that I played the game with strep.
Oh,
yeah, which I mean, but yeah, so it was Monday night. I was starting to feel a little crappy, and my throat was hurting, and I'm just feeling really tired and stuff. And so I was hoping I would wake up the next day and feel a little bit better, but kind of felt the same, maybe a little bit worse. So I went, saw the doctor. Thankfully, they got me in pretty early, and I was able to get tested for COVID, flu, and strep. And fortunately, I didn't test positive for the other 2, but I tested positive for strep.
well, because also Martelli was out, right?
Yeah, Martelli. I didn't know Martelli had COVID. I didn't even know. And so, and then, yeah, so I thought I wasn't going to be able to play because strep, I know when you have strep, you're contagious. And so I thought, I wasn't going to be able to play. But they said with the antibiotics, all you need is 24 hours and then you're no longer contagious. So that was a big
Wow.
Yeah, I know. All the managers were the managers knew before I even told them because they went and looked it up to see if I was going to be able to play. But yeah, no, thankfully, I just spent Tuesday essentially just sleeping all day. And Wednesday, like right before the game was like the first time I touched the basketball in like 3 days.
You played well.
Yeah, and I played pretty well for not like doing anything. I didn't know how my conditioning was because usually when you take 2 days off, people think that's like a good thing, but that can be pretty tough because like you don't really like you haven't like kind of like tested your body at all, and so I was kind of happy with how I played out there. That's why I wasn't really trying to take a 3, because I was like I haven't really shot a ball in like 3 days, so I don't really know how this one's going to work out for me.
Hey, it went in.
Yeah, no, it did go in, and so I was, I don't think people knew that I was playing with strep.
Where'd you just go? This fucking guy. Yo. What happened? It's loud as
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I was just saying. I don't think people knew that was my. I'm not gonna call that my Jordan flu game, but that was. I guess that was the Hunter strep game.
Yeah, it's on a strep game. All right, real quick. Give me something juicy. Give me something fucking. This is a. You just won 3 must-win games. This isn't technically. It is technically a must-win game. All these games are must-wins, but this is ginormous because Indiana has been very hot, real hot on, and they've, which I think is good. I think them winning a bunch coming into this game is good for some reason because it just helps your guys' stock if you win. Coming into you where you guys are playing hot at home, you need to dummy. You need to dummy TJD. You just have to. That is your. This guy's on fire right now. If it wasn't for Edie, he might be Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And you know what's no one's talking about, Hunter?
What?
No one's talking about Hunter Dickinson being the best big in the Big Ten. That's what I'm going to say.
That is true.
And that's where this is where you, I think, need to show the fuck up and be like, oh, it's me. I'm him.
This is a great game for me to be able to do that. I had the opportunity playing against Zach. Only get to play them once. We get to play Indiana twice. So, yeah, no, this is a pretty much must-win for us. I mean, obviously, if we drop it, we still have a chance. It's not like a lose and you're done type of season. But if we lose this, then it would make things a lot more harder for us. So this is a very good opportunity, especially at home, because when you're at home, you would like to think that you always have a better chance to win. And so, for us, this is something that we always pride ourselves on trying to protect home. That's a big as, and so for us coming in, obviously lately got a couple big wins, one against Purdue, and so it's gonna be a very difficult
I need
firepower
one
all
sec. One
across the
sec.
board.
You got bad service. Because this is a
Uh,
1 sec. Because this is
We're
something
gonna
I
have
gotta hear
we're
too.
gonna have them.
We can hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, we can edit this.
I removed him for a second. Because I could tell he is just simply. I'm gonna tell the viewers right now. Can you hear me? I'm gonna try and get him to say that he's going to shut down Trace Jackson Davis. I'm gonna say it to him. He can probably still hear me if I'm talking about him, but he looks fucking frozen at the moment. Um, we're gonna have Jordan come on at 1 o'clock, and we're gonna talk through the rest of the games. But he's back. Hunter,
Marty,
yo,
can you hear me?
yes, I hear you.
Okay, good. I'm not
Um,
gonna give you the headline. I'm not gonna give you a headline that you want. This game is too boring. I can't afford to have any bad vibes right now. If it was the
no,
other
there's
way
no
around,
bad
Marty,
vibes.
if we were like 10-3 right now, I'd give you the headline that you want.
All right. Well, you'll give me a headline soon. When you beat Indiana, you'll give me a headline soon.
Like, God forbid, if we make the tournament, we're winning it all.
If you make the tournament, you better start fucking spewing nonsense on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
How do you actually feel though going into Saturday?
I'm pretty. I am more confident that it's at home, because we have the home crowd. Should be a really good crowd out there, because it's like a Saturday at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, one of the two. So I am pretty confident in that. You know, you said they're really hot. That I kind of like that a little bit more than a team that's um, struggling in a slump, because I feel like every team that's in a slump always, gets out of their slump with Michigan and starts like just hitting every shot possible. And so, even though we're playing, them probably at their highest point of the season so far. We're really confident in ourselves. I feel like we match up well with them across the board, and so it'll be a good test for us. Teams, media people have been saying that we haven't been really playing anybody lately, and so this is a test versus a quad one opponent that, if we win this, we're not all the way back, but we'll be right there where we want to be.
You think they double team you?
Yeah, I mean, at this point of the season, it would be surprising if teams didn't double team me. So I would imagine they come with some sort of double team.
But you're going to go one-on-one with TJD.
Yeah, no. I never want a double team. I honestly, I would feel kind of less as a player if I asked for a double team. Like, even when Zach Edey was going off in the first half when we played them, I was still like, all right, now I got to figure out how I'm going to try to stop him. And
You
I
did
think he
stop
scored
him.
14 in the first half. Maybe 14 in the first half, and then I think 5 in the second half.
Yeah, no, he was going
So
off
I
in
did
the
a better
first.
job.
You did a great job adjusting. But all right, so Saturday, what time's the game? Is it 6?
I haven't looked at it yet. I think it's
All right. Yeah, well, that's Hunter. Because I know it's breaking up a little bit, but I mean, it's a huge fucking game for you Saturday. It's huge. I want you to absolutely dummy TJD. He's a friend of the program. We had him on, so Champa, maybe we
he's
can
a
go
friend of
back.
the pod. He's a friend of the pod.
Yeah, he's a friend of the pod. Maybe we go back and see what he said in that interview. We could stir some shit up. But if it was up to me, the headline would be Hunter Dickinson says he's going to dummy Trace Jackson Davis. But Hunter has gotten smarter throughout the podcast and did not say that. So good luck, pal. I'm going to see you in a week and a half. I'm going to be there. I can't wait to be in Michigan. I might be part of the maze. The maze, what's it called?
The maze rage.
The maze rage. I might be part of the maze rage. But yeah, we're going to finish the pod up now with Jordan. And thank you, Hunter. Good luck Saturday.
All right, Marty. See you.
See ya.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch him play, so you need to fill me in on the game.
Well, yesterday, Hunter didn't shoot the ball for 14 minutes.
Yeah,
not one shot.
I saw that.
Everyone else was going berserk. They won 91-73 or whatever. If it's Nebraska, they had to do that. They beat Ohio State and Northwestern, on a 3-game winning streak. Do you believe in them at all?
They're beating teams that they should be, so I don't see reading too much into it. I'm sure Hunter's all head over heels right now. I'm sure he was all smile. Was he smiling when you guys were filming with him?
It wasn't like. I'll give him credit. I really, really tried to get him to say a headline for Saturday. I'm like, bro, you won 3 games in a row. You guys are feeling high. Who gives a fuck? Say you're gonna absolutely dummy TJD. And he's just like, no, like there's too much on the line for this game. I gotta stay quiet and humble. All this nonsense. He's becoming too much of a professional. Way too much of a professional. We need him to get back in the headlines. We've been in headlines for bad. We gotta get in the good.
I think he's gone downhill with his personality lately. You know when you gave me a wake up call earlier in the year, like I was being too much of a pussy. I think you need to do that with him.
I think I do too. I think if they beat, okay, let's do it together then. Are you going to be able to record Sunday?
Yeah.
If Doogs, welcome to the show.
Hi, Doogs.
What a show we got here.
It's so fucking dark in there.
A little light action.
Kid hasn't seen the sun in 17 days. Oh, he looks pissed.
What do you feel like? What's going on?
He looks pissed.
What's
up?
Why do you feel mad?
What's up?
Why you look mad?
I'm not mad. Why do I look mad?
All right, you're usually always on when we're recording. You're like, oh, I'll hop on. Now it's like, oh, do you want to hop on? You and Jordan, I have to fucking chase after now.
Don't you say that, because I'm going into the office today, and Champ is like, yeah, they're recording right now. Do you want to hop on? I was like, well, I can't, so I'm not gonna join it.
Well, the 11-1 was just because I needed Hunter to get on because he couldn't do now.
Yes. And then, so I kind of just was like, oh, that's done. So I didn't really know why there was another invite sent. So when you texted me, I was like, yeah, I'll hop on.
All right.
I wasn't mad about it.
No, I know.
I think there's a big flaw with our communication on the group chat. I'm just
it's
that up.
you.
It's not me. You guys are all over the place with your times.
No, I'm with again. It's hard.
Thank you.
It's hard to balance the timing of a G League basketball player,
100% it is.
YouTube radio host, a lacrosse podcaster, and a D1 athlete.
I do agree with that. It's very hard to schedule that. But I do say times, and you guys, Jordan, I am now texting individually. I will text you individually and ask if you can record at this time.
I think that would be better.
That's better?
Well, I see 17 different times on the group chat. I'm like, I don't know which one and Champa sends 17 links every day. Like,
it always makes me laugh. The first person to answer is like, can we record at 1? And Champa's like, yep, I'm good. It's like, all right.
Man, my whole Gmail is all links for Roundball.
All right. Well, Doogs, we think Hunter's getting a little bit more. He's getting a little back. Like, remember when I yelled at Jordan about being too PC, being a little bit of a pussy with his words? Like, I think Hunter's getting a little. Like, today I had him on. I was like, just give me something juicy for Indiana. You guys won 3 in a row. Like, people are like, oh, maybe Michigan's kind of good now. Give me, like, your dummy TJD. And he just had none of it.
I'm with Hunter on this. And I know that I'm being a pussy when I say that. So, like, I'll self-recognition say that I'm a pussy. But I think some Michigan fans fucking hate Hunter for how much he talks on this podcast. Like, I know, like I think that there's a good chunk of Michigan fans that are just probably like, just shut your fucking mouth. Like, it's also one of those things where, like, if you're on somewhat of a run, I'm a superstitious guy. If you're on somewhat of a run, if you're like hot in a basketball game, like, I don't want anyone to tell me that I'm hot or I'm doing well.
Well, the two things. One, if Michigan was the number 1 team in the country and he was talking on this podcast, people would jerk him off nonstop. So, like, that's where it's just like, just because they weren't doing well, it never feels good when your star players talking on a podcast with 2 morons and, like, saying fucking jokes that get into the AP news, like the.
Oh yeah, like that one joke where you like when we're like, if we were saying like, oh, that coach is like Mussolini. I agree. That would probably anger a fan base.
But like, that's where, like, I think if they were Purdue right now, if Zachy was Hunter, people would be like, "Oh my God, it's so cool to see him hear about this when they're number 1 team in the country." All that nonsense. So I want them. I don't want this nonsense when they do well in the tournament if they get there.
But you're also like, we see these athletes, they're not these persons. Hunter does it all the time. He goes into his media persona where that's not you, dude. Like, just be yourself. How many
when he says man?
Yeah, man. But these guys are getting interviewed by other people, and they're like, that's just not you. Like, can you at least lighten up a little bit? I don't know. It's the angry old people that are mad at Hunter at Michigan.
Yeah, it's also weird though too, where it's like he doesn't want to upset his teammates probably, but at one point, I'm just saying, bro, we're on a 3-game winning streak. I'm going to fuck Trace Jackson Davis up. I'm going to do 1-on-1 with him. They're going to double team me because they can't handle me. It's like LeBron. LeBron, people obviously hate him, love him. He's like, I'm the best player in the world. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, what else are you supposed to say? You should believe in yourself. It's just believing in yourself, no?
Yeah. If I was a fan, all right, I'll do this. If I was a Michigan fan, and Hunter was on the podcast and he said something if we're on a 3-game winning streak and he said something like, I'm going to fuck Trace Jackson Davis up, like arguably someone who's making a run at National Player of the Year right now, I would go to like wherever he lives and fucking kill him. Like I would be
Oh my
so
gosh.
fucking mad.
No, you wouldn't.
Dude, no, I mean,
That would
I'm
hype
not,
me up, bro. That would hype
no. I'm not normal when I say this. Like I would be fucking,
We know.
I would
that.
be fucking pissed. I don't know how, like, I wouldn't want him to just give them locker room material.
But the thing is, they already have locker room material. You're also home too. Like Hunters are at home. So what? Like they already want to beat you. What else are they gonna fucking?
The only team I'll agree with it on is like Wisconsin. Like there's no more locker room material with Hunter in Wisconsin that like if he just says shit, like he could say whatever the fuck he wants about Wisconsin. It's not gonna add any more like fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
A game like Indiana where it's actually if they beat Indiana, they can make the tournament.
Let's ask the fucking guy on the show right now. Is that an actual thing? Like, has there been things said about Iowa at one point? Or, I mean, there's definitely been shit said about you. Like, is that locker room, does that get you going more? Like, you already want to win.
I don't.
I feel like you only say it after if you win.
I don't believe in locker room bulletin material. I think that shit's it's a scam. Like if you're not ready to play a basketball game and you need something to post on your locker room to get ready for a game, then you're not ready to begin with. But other people, like Coach McCaffrey would come into the locker room, like the day before a game, he'd be like, "Anyone read the newspaper?" And we are like, "No, who the fuck reads a newspaper?" He does it every game. And then he says like the headlines, like what the local reporters in Indiana said about us or whatever. So there's Fran. I would say Fran is kind of a bulletin material guy.
I do think that's a coach thing to to fire you guys up a little bit because you're again not going to read the Indiana fucking patch like the Indiana. You're not going to do any of that. So I don't know. I just think that I guess it's different when we're not in it. But like I don't know. I'd fucking love to talk if I was Hunter. I would love it.
Yeah, I think it's person by person. Do you think it's like a person by person case in a way where like Jordan might be like, all right, like I definitely get that perspective where some people are just like, if you're not ready for the game, then like why do you even compete? But I also get people that like hear that they are doubted and like they always have like a chip on their shoulder sort of players.
Well, I put it like this. I put it like this to Hunter. I was like, listen, you have Zach Edey and Trace Jackson Davis that are the only two people being talked about in the Big Ten, like as they should be. I was like, they're not saying a word about Hunter Dickinson. They're not. They're just, does that piss you off? And he was like, like I think I should give him something to talk about like after this. But like I think that's a fair thing to be like, listen, I'm not being talked about a lot. I'm gonna show him why I should be or something like that. I think that's just confidence. And that's not like bulletin board. Like what's supposed to say? Like, I'm the third best right now.
No. That's totally different. I think that if Hunter's like fucking like I should be in the conversation for one of the best players in the Big Ten, and like after Saturday, like I'll show you why. Like that's, I guess that's kind of media bullshit, but like,
am I crazy when I think this? Like, if Indiana lost to Rutgers, I think they would dummy Michigan this weekend. But since they won, I'm like more happy that I think I think Michigan's gonna win. I actually do. Bias aside, they're gonna win.
I don't know what to expect in the Big Ten anymore, to be honest.
The shit show.
It's so bad.
I think Michigan.
They've been
I think Michigan wins. I do think they win. I think that we're a little bit. I'm not that impressed with who they've beaten the past 3 games. Like I'm not like wow, like they've really showed me. Like they won the games that they're supposed to win.
Like Jordan said before, they beat who they beat. Like they beat who they should beat.
Exactly. They beat like you didn't have a blemish.
Northwestern is like the only like at Northwestern is like that's pretty good.
Yeah, because everyone talks about Northwestern the Ryan Center being like
no, I know, but that's just like that's their second quad 1 win. Like they needed that.
Yeah, but it's a game they should win. Like playing at Northwestern doesn't have a home court advantage.
Yeah, exactly, Jordan.
They don't. But they won
Indiana.
the ones they had to do. But if they beat Indiana, that's like, oh fuck, they can because they obviously beat the number 1 team in the country already. Like, all right, that's something to hang their hat on. I mean, that still doesn't, I don't think, get them in the tournament right now.
So I think they're going to win 6. I think they could win. I think they could beat. I'm looking at the schedule. I think they could beat Indiana. think they could beat Wisconsin. That's not a gimme, but they could beat Wisconsin.
That's at Wisconsin, right?
Yep. And then I think they do the season split with Michigan State and they win against Michigan State. And then I think they're going to go to they're going to go to Rutgers. They're going to go to Rutgers, and they're going to get – that's a fire drill. They're going to get absolutely fucking dummied by Rutgers.
Well, are you gonna come with me? You don't have to, but I'm going to that game.
Yeah. I'll go.
We're going to back-to-back Michigan games,
dude. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta get, dude. Do you think he'll give us a jersey? Like, do you think he could like a little Make-A-Wish thing?
Oh my god!
Bro, he should
A
definitely
little Boys and Girls Club thing.
Yeah, he should give us a jersey. We basically are his Make-A-Wish kids.
Yeah, no, you actually, dude.
I am.
Dude, you've adopt a family or whatever. Like you're adopting a team. You are a Michigan Wolverine.
I'm a 1,000% a Duke fan. Like I know I am. I will only watch
For
them.
sure.
But I watch Michigan now because I'm invested.
I will say this: nobody's a bigger believer in Michigan than you.
Oh my God! I texted Chris Castellani yesterday. That's when you know I'm in on Michigan right now.
Jesus Christ!
All right, that's enough about Michigan. Let's talk about some other teams. I'm putting the future today. I'm putting the future on a team, and that future is going to be on Creighton. I fell in love with Creighton. I fell in love with them. We had John Fanta on. I don't know if you know that, Jordan.
Yeah. Does he not like me?
No, he likes you, but I was like, he's at dinner and couldn't get out, even though we knew it was coming. And he was like, and he just kind of went off on you, being like, but he definitely likes you.
He's a ball buster.
He wanted to wait for you.
Oh.
He's a big ball buster that people don't. He called you a wedding planner. I don't know what that meant.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It was pretty funny though, even though I didn't know what it meant. But Creighton, I'm taking a future on them. I think they're getting back into their Maui Creighton days, and I think that that 6-game losing streak really fucking see what type of team they are, and I think they're going to be they're making a deep run the tournament.
What's their standing right now in the conference?
They're ranked 23rd overall, and they are 10-3 in the conference.
I'm not gonna lie, I had them as a future for Big East champion. So
that's definitely Xavier's 11-2, so like they're right there, and them and Marquette. You like my future or no? Both of you.
I like Creighton. I took them a week or two ago.
Okay.
I don't know what to think of the Big East either. There's 3 and 4 good teams.
I think the Big East. You're getting shit on for that Big East take, and I think it's well deserved. I think the Big East is really fucking good.
I don't know why I'm getting shit on by it, because it's single-handedly the most diverse in talent teams in the whole country, conference-wise. ACC, they're all bad.
Yeah, the ACC sucks.
Mountain
West is better than the ACC.
Big 12, everyone's pretty much good.
Yeah.
Big 10, everyone's mediocre. And we look at the Big East, we have really good teams, and then we have teams that probably couldn't even beat D2 or D3 teams.
So Fanta kind of did say, is like, does that show you though, where it's like there's the top is so dominant they don't even lose those games, like how the Big Ten, Nebraska's beating some teams, the bottom is beating the top sometimes. Like, does that show you that those top 4 teams are so dominant? It's a kind of a different way. I never looked at it like that, but
no, because who just lost at DePaul a couple weeks ago? It was Xavier, right? Yeah,
Xavier. Yeah,
DePaul's horrible.
DePaul is pretty bad. I don't know. Big East is interesting. Well, I mean, UConn's the interesting team. That's why.
I don't think if you drop one game, it necessarily means that you're a bad team. I don't like I said with Xavier since the get-go, I think they are a good team. I think they're the makeup of the team, they're gonna get upset in the tournament. So like them losing to DePaul kind of falls into that argument where like their offense is so strong, their defense, in my opinion, is not good at all. And a lot of people are saying, well, Sean Miller's a defensive guy. Like, he'll get them back on their feet. He'll be ready for the tournament. Like, I don't necessarily think so. I think that we know what they are at this team at this point. They have a good front court. They're a good offensive team, and their defense is going to let them down in the tournament, in my opinion. Like, them and Tennessee are two teams that I think are not going to see the Sweet 16.
Tennessee, what happened to those guys?
They're done. They're out. They're a bad team.
Well, hold the brakes over there.
No.
They're not
out.
done.
They are a bad team.
They're not a bad team.
Bro,
I wish I said that last week.
If Auburn scored 47 points, they'd lose like 5 in a row. Like, they could have a chance to lose like 6 in a row now.
They're not a bad team.
They scored 46 points.
They won the game.
Won. I understand they won, but their defense is not going to win. Like, you can't lose to Vanderbilt. They're not a top.
Yeah,
they're not a top 20 team.
Vanderbilt's a little different. That's a
top 20 team.
That's an in-state like
Buzzer beater.
I don't know how big a rivalry that is between the two teams, but I mean,
there's not much.
But like it's in-state and it's a point away. That's understandable.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's the opposite of what Gonzaga with Xavier is, where Tennessee's defense is fucking probably top 3 in the country, and their offense can just go on these like kills where like they do not score.
Yeah,
like, they could go
that's
6.
That's the make of so many teams. I feel like this year though, like Iowa State's so good on defense, but they can be.
Sure, completely agree.
Like there's just not a lot of great offensive teams this year.
That's why I think Houston, UCLA, Bama, like those are good makeups of a team that can make runs.
So Houston, I understand. They're a very good team. I understand it. Last year, didn't they run through that conference?
They were like, I want to say like a 5 seed last year. They lost to Memphis once. I wouldn't necessarily say that they lost 3 starters last year.
Yeah, I know.
And still almost made the Final Four.
I know. I think everyone is that's just such the pick that everyone's like, oh, Houston's going to get there. Houston, and I understand. He's probably. Would you say he's the best coach in college basketball right now?
I think. I mean, you can't really say Bill Self, I guess, but I think Kelvin Sampson is. I mean, what he's been able to do, having
what he's doing than fucking Bill Self.
That's such a terrible question, though.
Yeah.
Is he the best coach in college basketball right now? That's such a terrible question.
It changes all the time.
Question. He is. What he's done with Houston has been more impressive than anyone else.
Yeah, I think that getting Houston back into the national limelight, they were dead as a program. Now you're looking at them as probably a top 5 program currently.
I honestly think that Kansas, Bill Self's a really good coach, but it's Kansas. They've been a team that's been in. It's not that hard to get people to go to Kansas. Houston, on the other hand.
Yeah, but he also won how many Big 12 championships in a row?
Yeah, no, I think that's why it's a good question, cockbag.
And now they're going from the AAC to the Big 12 Houston.
Big 12 is outrageous.
I just think that, again, I say it every fucking – I think just balanced teams. I'm Kelvin Sampson's had your makeup of a team that's been top 10 defensive and offensive efficiency for the past four years. That's the makeup of a team that's going to make a run.
Since we're on the topic of coaches, can we transition to our old good friend Coach Boeheim at Syracuse and what happened?
What a fucking jerk bag.
What a loser. He's the biggest loser of all time. He really is.
I just don't understand. If I said this last time we talked about him. If I killed someone, I would be I'll be on my best behavior. Would you not?
I would. I'd be if I. You know what's really funny, bro? So I don't know if you know him, but his name's Hubs here. He's our Yankee guy. Yeah. And he went to Syracuse.
He tweets about Syracuse all the time.
Yeah, he went to Syracuse, and he goes the other day. He's like, I swear to God, when I was a freshman at Syracuse, I was walking out of the stadium, walking home, and Jim Boeheim was almost hit me. I almost want him. Actually, if he's here, I'm gonna have.
So it could be Hub's fault that he killed someone. He didn't warn the public that the guy was he shouldn't be behind the wheel.
I'm texting Hubs if he's here because I would love him to say that because it was like his freshman year was like 4 or 5 years before the hitting, the killing, and he might have foreshadowed it. I'm not sure, but I just texted him.
He could have warned the public. It's his fault. He single-handedly Hubs is the one that killed someone.
Yeah, I think so. He's going to come in here right now.
He didn't put him under like arrest. What is it? Citizen's arrest.
Citizens arrest.
Like he just probably was like, "Oh man, Jim Bay almost killed me," and like he could have stopped this after 4 years happened.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
Citizen arresting like you saw Mark Few and he's like swerving in the road and you just like pull him over and you're under arrest. Could you imagine you were just waiting for like Hubert, like you just spy on Hubert Davis, Marty, and you're just waiting for him to fuck up and the citizens arrest him?
You're on Roundball. I'd like you to tell.
Oh my God, do I get the rant about Boeheim right now?
Well, real
Yes.
What's going on, fellas?
Tell
What's
what
up?
happened freshman year.
I saw Jordan like my tweet, by the way, about Boeheim. I was like, oh, let's go.
Well, yeah, he just brought up about like how if you killed someone, you'd be on your best behavior.
I wasn't there at the time when he did kill someone, and I didn't stand and applaud. I just want that on the record.
But tell him what happened.
Wait, did you stay seated? What happened?
No, I wasn't there. I actually,
Oh.
I was on the way to work here when I blogged that, and then I was like, the blog was literally like, Jim Boeheim killed the guy, and K. Marco, our editor-in-chief at the time, thought I was exaggerating, like he shoved the ref or whatever. No, actually killed the guy on the highway. Very bad.
But we just came to a conclusion that you are the reason why he killed someone.
Why?
Freshman
Did
year.
you bring that up?
Yeah.
So freshman year, my dorm sat right by the dome. Like literally, you go down the steps of the dome, you're at my dorm. And I'm leaving like a football game, like one of the first things I've ever done at the school. And there's like the place where like all the VIPs drive into. And this motherfucker drives out with his SUV and like he's not looking. And nearly, if I didn't like turn my head, I'm dead. Like completely, like just nearly ends my life. And then like 6 years later, actually, very bad things happened on the ice at night.
We said if you citizens arrest him, that murder might not.
What do you want me to like Jason Bourne him down the street and like rip him out?
Did he say sorry?
You could have told everyone.
He didn't even know what happened.
He didn't say sorry.
Like, watch out of the way.
He didn't say sorry.
I did not.
I
make
know
this
that's
up.
why it's so
Actually
funny.
happened. I was like, "Holy shit, that guy almost killed me!" And my friend was like, "That was Jim Bay." I was like, not a good start.
Well, because I think we're on episode. We got to be on episode like 30 something. I think we're 30 for 30 on bringing up Jim Boeheim killing a guy. But real like as you're here, like we talked about this yesterday. Jay Wright, right? We pretty much said that he left because he doesn't want to deal with. He is not going to be able to recruit people like he used to. Men stay for 4 years with NIL and shit. Jim Boeheim is just like he's refusing to change with everything, and he's just an old fucking groggy bastard who gets mad at everyone. Like he's becoming more hateable than like Coach K did to some people.
So I don't think he cares anymore about winning and all that. He knows that's out the window. I think he's gotten to an age that he just. What gets him going is seeing how mad he gets everybody else and how angry and stubborn he can come off. And I think he generally enjoys doing that. I don't really think he cares about coaching anymore or winning. Otherwise, he would have just walked away. He's got a fucking lake house, a skinny Atlas. Just go live out your life there and let like fucking GMAC or Autry, anybody else, Patino, I've heard, like bring any of those guys in. The people, it's literally like a cyclical thing where every year I write a blog and I just rip this guy to shreds. It's one of my favorite things to do and every year I get like a few old people from Syracuse, like 50 to 60 years old. They DM me. They're like, thank you for saying the things that no one else wants to say. No one wants to attack this guy. Everyone thinks he's God. He's not God. Carmelo Anthony literally won him his championship, and that was it. And then once they left the Big East for money, it's been a complete disaster in the ACC, and he's a fucking loser. No one wants to play for him. Any guys he gets, fucking Canary Richmond, plays Brazil all. He's fucking awesome. You know that the good players they have this year are just going to leave next year. Like they're just my biggest fear, though. I always thought it was going to be once his kids went through the system and got out, he would step away. Clearly not the case. I think now he's going to say till Melo's kid comes through the system and leaves, and then I just won't be on the earth anymore.
He just wants he just wants the Twitter being like, "Holy shit! Look, he coached Melo, and then now his kid." He just wants that on Twitter.
The problem is that the AD there and all the people who make decisions in Syracuse are all just in his pocket. Like they just all listen to him. No one's going to ever say no to Jim Boeheim. No one's ever going to fire him. All this, so he knows he can get away with all this shit. So he gets away with it. It's just total bullshit. It's not fair. I love Syracuse basketball, and he makes
like it.
But he generally is taking that love away from me. I'm starting to not love him anymore. Like, I won't go back up there. Not that they care, but I won't go back up to the campus to see a game until he's gone. I refuse to do it.
Thank God we let Hubs talk. He's been pent up wanting to talk about.
Yeah, that was a therapy session.
Yeah, that was a therapy session, and shout out Boeheim for not killing you. So you were one of the lucky
maybe
ones.
it wouldn't have been the worst thing. I wouldn't have hated it.
Thank you. Well, yeah, that's Hubs' Boeheim almost kill him story. Second, we got to talk about UNC. So, two things. One, Baycott said that, like, if you don't want to come back, quit. Like, there's a lot of turmoil in the locker room, let's say. And there's a love triangle. Doogs, would you like to explain it?
Yeah. Caleb Love fucked RJ Davis's ex-girlfriend. So RJ Davis,
or was it like?
Oh, that's there's like a huge TikTok going on around that, like in the Duke student section they had like the what to say to like the players and shit. And basically I think RJ Davis like cheated on his girlfriend who plays for UNC women's basketball like 14 times. And then he got cuckolded by Caleb Love, and Caleb Love started banging this girl.
Wait. So he cheated on his
RJ Davis.
Yes, the girl that Caleb Love had sex with.
Time out. I'll explain. RJ Davis dated this girl in UNC basketball.
Correct. And
then they broke up.
Okay.
Or maybe they didn't. Like I don't know the details with that. I don't know the time overlapping, so I want to give this girl some credit. But Caleb Love basically started dating, or not dating, fucking the girl that RJ Davis was with. A side piece to that was that RJ Davis had cheated on this girl like numerous times. This is all allegedly. But this was all written in the Duke student section pamphlets. So if you're looking at UNC's season and how it's not panning out exactly how they wanted it to, and the fact that Caleb Love was like 0 for 9 the other night.
And Baycott being like, listen, if you want to be here, don't show up Thursday. Like, I came back to run this all back. We made the championship, and it seems like no one wants to be here. All signs are looking towards that.
This is really familiar to – have you guys heard when Romeo Langford allegedly was at Indiana?
Yes. St. John's?
What?
Was it the St. John's guy?
No, that was Trace Jackson Davis.
Oh, yeah, that happened too. Sorry.
Supposedly the same situation happened in the Indiana basketball team. That's why they were so fucking bad that year when they were supposed to be top 5 in the nation. Similar situation.
Hey, if you're actually friends with the person, that could be a problem. If you're like actually friends with the guy, if you're not friends with them, it wouldn't matter,
Who did Romeo Langford? Yeah.
That went over Doogs' head too.
What did you say?
What?
What did you say?
I said if you're actually friends with the person, I could see that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Time in. I was gonna make a joke, but I was gonna say, Marty, what team are you on? Team RJ or Team Caleb?
That's what I'm saying. They're probably actually friends. Like when you're not friends with the person, don't give a fuck about that.
Also, breaking news, or not breaking news. This is old news now. It's a developing story. RJ Davis and Caleb Love don't sit next to each other in class anymore.
Yeah.
How did you find that out?
That was also in the pamphlet.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this is that when you're a team that is different, that's probably a problem. Just this.
That sounds like a really fucked up situation
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
from both sides.
It wasn't like they were broken up for a while, you know. It was just it's pricey.
I have no words.
But we don't. The thing is, like, you also don't know any of the sides. You have no
That's
idea.
the thing
what's
too.
up.
Like
I feel bad
This
for the
is
girl.
same thing with like be honest, like my thing where everyone thinks that they know everything and they have no idea what exactly is going on, and and media like us blow it up, and it's no idea what's the actual things going on because they've never said anything. It was the Duke student section who hates UNC, so like you really don't know. But the fact that they do suck right now, and Baycott's like saying that no one wants to be here, it does. Signs do point to it.
Did you know this information when you made your prediction back in December?
I did not. I wish I did.
He saw the script. He got released the script early.
Yeah, I got
The script was released to Marty Mush.
I mean, hey, are they in the tournament right now? Can someone look that up?
They're
like,
not.
They're not,
They're not.
right?
But they have a bunch of they have a lot more quality wins on their schedule that
Well, yeah, they can play. The thing is though, their next five are Clemson, which is not easy for them. Miami, which is tough. NC State, tough. They should beat Notre Dame, and then Virginia. Like that's a brutal part of it. Like they just lost 3 games that they could have won. Like they lost to Pitt at home, which is bad. At Duke is whatever, and then at Wake Forest is you can't be doing that either. So
I have a take about Pitt. Are we still on UNC or can I have a
you can
take?
go to Pitt.
I have a take that Pitt is actually, I think, very good, and I think that they are almost like Providence last year, where people look at the numbers and they're probably going to be like, oh, like they're not that good, but I think they're going to make a run in the tournament.
They're a tournament team right now, right?
They're old, they're experienced. Yeah, they're for
they're
sure. They're
second in
number one. They're number one in the
one.
Big East. I mean, in the ACC, right?
But again, the ACC is
For sure.
The ACC isn't that bad.
it's bad.
Like Miami's a good team. If you guys don't think Miami's a good team, you're
It's
crazy.
they're a good team. ACC is a worse conference than the Big Ten this year, and the Big Ten is really bad.
I think that the ACC is closer to the Mountain West than they are closer to the Big Ten.
Oh my god, it's such a bad take.
Some would argue, Doogs, that Mountain West is actually better than the.
I think that all right, wait. Okay. Rankings of the conferences according to Ken Palm. I know Marty's going to hate.
well, so this schmuck again.
Big 12 above and beyond everybody else.
Right.
Big 10, Big East, SEC, Pac-12, and the Mountain West make up the Power Six.
How is the Big Ten the second best conference? That's crazy.
I mean, you have to look at it from like a.
I look at it from every way.
It's because how many like good teams they played non-conference. The conference as a whole.
The SEC is 2.
SEC. I mean, SEC has what? Every team in the SEC has they're in like the top 90 in the net, I think. They might not be
the
anymore.
bottom of that conference is also pretty bad.
Georgia is definitely not in there.
Like South Carolina, LSU, Mississippi, Georgia, Vanderbilt are all pretty not that good. But yeah, I guess the ACC just sucks.
Okay, I was way off.
The ACC doesn't suck that bad.
They have one team. Wait, the ACC has one team inside the top 30.
Who?
Virginia, and then Miami's 30.
It's pretty good.
To be fair, though, with respect to Georgia, they're 10-0 in quad 4 wins. So
Respect.
Record.
Bro,
They beat who they have to beat.
Yeah, they did their job. 0-6 against Q1 though. I won't do it.
Isn't Texas A&M like 8-2, 9-2 in the conference, and like not in the tournament right now?
Texas, well, the problem is they have 2 quad 4 losses. So that's one. When you're a bubble team, you have one. You're not.
But it's just crazy. Like 9-2 in the SEC, and like,
I think that's bullshit. So I don't want to. I'm going to say it actually. Fuck you guys. Dayton last year had like 3 quad 4 losses and then beat Kansas, had good wins, and they're the first team out of the tournament. I think that if Texas A&M like finishes in first place of the SEC, loses in like the semifinals or whatever of the SEC tournament, they'll be in.
No,
I think that
no.
I think the committee will look past it.
They're in
Yes.
the Iowa situation, basically. Iowa has they've lost to a terrible Eastern Illinois team. And they're on the bubble right now.
Iowa's on the bubble?
I mean, they're predicted as like a 10 seed right now.
That's not the bubble. They're fine.
If you're a 10 seed, yeah, I'm calling you on the
He's
bubble.
on the right side of the bubble.
You're
They're
on
on
the
the right
side
side
of the bubble. You're still on the bubble.
If Texas A&M comes in second place in the SEC, I'm telling you they're going to get in.
Texas A&M's the first team out right now, so like they'll be in.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
They'll be in. Dude, I've seen the script, Jordan.
No, Marty's seen the script. You didn't see it.
I saw.
No, Hub's seen the script. We should be asking Hub.
No,
Jesus Christ.
He saw the writing on the wall that he was going to kill someone. He didn't fucking say anything.
He should be in jail. We talk about people
I
being
think
in jail.
you could make the argument.
All right. Well, besides that, we've actually talked a lot today, which is nice. West Virginia beat Iowa State, which was I
Did
can't-
anyone watch that game?
I watched a little bit of it. I
My
watched
God.
the end of it because I had West Virginia -4.
I can't say what because he might be on the show, so I can't go down this road.
Yeah,
But
you can.
No, don't.
I can't.
This person you can't because I do want. He is a friend.
He's an untouchable.
Oh, yeah. If you say anything bad, yeah.
I love him too. So but
I honestly, I think about like the 20 minutes that we spent with him fondly and like
that was
frequently.
what me and we did turn around. Like it's one of the best moments of our life.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? What happened?
Me and Doogs were just like chilling in his office for it was probably about an hour, just like sitting and him telling old stories about.
Oh
like
no,
Cincinnati.
no, I'm not talking about Coach.
Huggy? Oh,
I'm
word.
not talking about Huggy Bear.
Oh, then go.
I can't. He's a guy that was a part of the game.
Type it.
He's officiating.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You can bring it up in the interview.
R word,
R word.
Not that one.
A word.
not that one. RA word.
A word.
Ref.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I just needed to clear the air on that.
Yeah,
That
when you say
was-
R word, people probably think we're thinking. Yeah, got it. Good job.
Yeah.
Why?
I
do you
think
no, I think you're allowed. You can definitely say something.
Oh, okay. He just did a really fucking terrible job, and I think he cost Iowa State the basketball game.
You know, he's like because when I did that whole thing on him, he's like considered the best ref in college basketball.
that is it, those things don't.
Oh, I know.
mean
I agree with you. Believe me.
How can you judge someone on being a great ref just because the game's a ref?
Well, did you see that one ref is not allowed to? He's not allowed to ref in the tournament again.
Good, ban them all.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. You just
I don't
said
care.
good.
Doesn't matter. Good.
Did
You know
see that?
what's so crazy? You don't even tell me the reasoning, and it's something that's so reasonable that he deserves not to be.
I'm trying to find out who it was because I don't understand what the reasoning is, but I also don't feel like reading. I'll look at it again later, but I hope Ayers comes on, bro. That's like a dream of mine.
I just want a ref on.
You
I
still-
feel
you should ref. You should you should have a college ref watch you ref like a high school summer league game and then grade you.
Yeah, but that grading's not going to mean shit because they're so bad themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's that going to do?
Then we can get a high school ref. We could get like Tim Donaghy, someone that's respected.
I don't know a single ref that I would trust with a grade.
Let me tell you, Hunter does say a lot, like getting people, and then all of a sudden you just don't hear from him forever. The
And
fact
then
that you still haven't had Juwan on is wild.
You're yelling at me for not getting guests. He can't even get his own head coach on the show.
I'm number 1 in guests right now. You're number 2. He's 3.
Yeah, but power rankings wise, I'm number 1.
Well, yeah, but I'm getting close because how many have I brought and you
Yeah.
two to 1.
You net rankings, I'm ahead of you.
It's getting close.
I have more quad ones than
I'm
you.
about to bring on a quad 1, and it's getting close.
Then you jump me. You just have a lot of quad 3 guests.
That's not nice.
I'll put Fana as a quad 2.
Trace Jackson Davis is a quad 1.
Quad 2.
Okay, that's fair.
I think if you just DM the guys, they would answer.
Yeah, they would. Players are just so like we already
I
have
hate
players.
interviews. That's why I'm just not on that side of shit. I don't like
Well,
interviews.
the thing is, like interviewing
Hey,
players.
what was one? He was one. Bruce Pearl's a 1.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you one. But the thing that interviewing players, I don't know if our listeners like listening to the players interviews.
Because they can't say anything, and
Yeah,
they're
because
scared.
it's the same thing.
It's a headline grab.
It's a cookie cutter question answer every time.
Yeah,
I fucking hate interviews too because I like talking shit about people. So then when I see them face to face, I back down like a coward because I am a
but
coward.
that's fun to do. Like when Roger Ayers comes down. I mean, I honestly just kind of did that to Tommy Fury. I've been saying Jake Paul's going to knock him out. And now I'm like, oh, man, good luck. I hope you kill him out there. And I don't want to tell – a boxer's different than a basketball player. That guy could kill me.
No, it's like I want to be liked by like – I have this thing where I want to be liked by people or just like I don't want to be like – I don't like beef. I want to say what I want to say it without ever having to face them face to face.
Facts. But also, you're not interesting if you don't say something bad about someone. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So my thing is like if I say that Caleb Love is like I'm like, oh, he's overrated, and I'm just talking about like, oh, he won't be a first round draft pick anymore, but I ruined his stock. And he came on the show. I either just wouldn't do the show, but if I did the show, I'd be like, yeah, I think that you hurt your draft stock by coming back this year. Like, do you have any regret about that? And then he would answer, and I would just take a big gulp, and I'd be shitting my pants.
I don't think you would say that.
No, Doogs with no chance.
No. I would say that, and then I wouldn't say anything else.
No,
I don't think you would answer.
If you have a problem with one of our next guests, I want you to come on and say it. It's more also like you can have a problem and be respectful at the same time. Like the way you just said it is a respectful way to say it.
But it's also different. It's also different because I'm a nobody.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at. I got a little flashback when Goodman was going at to do it.
That was funny.
I was literally in
Goodman
tears.
wasn't a rat.
It was funny, but I don't know. I don't think Dukes has an in him to do something.
No. You're right. But if say that I was somebody, I'm a nobody. So I like it would be. I wouldn't be like, oh, I know you've heard this take of me, Caleb. I know you've been listening to the Roundball podcast and listening to all my takes. So it wouldn't really like it wouldn't be that strong. If I had like 500,000 followers and was like a college basketball like honcho and he heard my take, I would stick to the guns. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's more funny when it's from someone that has nothing. Like,
yeah, I guess you have nothing to lose.
When it's like Rothstein saying, because there's a reason why they have so many connections because they don't say anything negative about anybody.
Yeah,
those guys don't say anything negative about a single person.
I'm not looking for relationships.
I'm not either. It's more fun to speak freely and not suck everyone off.
Or you could be like Seth Greensburg or that fuck Seth Davis. Just say random shit and never face the crowd when he gets called out.
That's also true.
I still can't get over what both those Seth said.
Greenberg is a loser idiot, I think. I can't stand listening to him.
Stand him.
Dude, what do you guys think about what's this guy's name? It's gonna kill me.
You know,
on ESPN.
LaFonso?
I want to think like
Daryl.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Daryl on there.
I'll get back to it.
We need to get Reese Davis on.
See, does he have his DMs open? I'll do it right now.
No, I know him. I just didn't know with football season's finally over, so he does more basketball now.
I should have got Jay Williams on fucking after he went after Stephen A.
Doesn't do college basketball, man.
It's one of the best college basketball players ever. Doesn't do it.
Doesn't do it. Can't do it.
All right. Well, that's a show. I do think we should get on some more. Musselman's going to come on soon. I've been waiting for the right time. They're getting hot. Nick Smith's coming back soon. But yeah, let's try and get some more guests. We got a lot. College basketball is fucking almost done. Like, there's about I'd say 7 games left on team schedule. 7, 8 games left, which is insane. You guys got anything else?
No.
No, I wanted to talk about Antarctica for a second, but if we don't have time, yeah.
I have some time. I'll talk Antarctica till I have to go.
I just got down. You guys know when you get on your For You page and you start looking at a video for too long, and then you start getting more of those videos.
Mm-hmm.
My algorithm's filled with Antarctica, and you can go there. Like there's a cruise ship that
Dude,
goes.
it's sick.
You know, there's a guy that did go there to discover this underground world of where the aliens really live, and he started getting really into it and got some information, and then the White House picked him up and silenced him.
Is he living still?
No, they silenced him.
They silenced him,
What does that mean? Like they
Killed
killed
him.
him?
Yeah.
basically.
I don't know. I was looking at a video of these people on a honeymoon, and they're taking a cruise ship to
The Drake Passage.
Yeah, is that so? 3 oceans intermeet in one spot.
The Drake Passage, and it's the roughest part in the world to get through, and sometimes you can't get to Antarctica because it's too rough.
So they just thought it was a good idea to have a cruise, to be able to go through the Drake's Passage. Has anyone died on those cruises? They had to.
Yes.
Dude, I'm gonna send you also. There's where President Eisenhower made a whole speech where he basically admits that aliens made deals with the Nazis, that how they invented the flying saucers and stuff. You gotta it's crazy. He admits aliens made deals with the aliens gave them technology, which makes sense. How much technology progressed after World War II and shit. You gotta watch the speech. It's fucking nuts.
I also think have you seen the Bob Lazar shit? Where it's on Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. I don't know how much I believe the guy and whatnot, but just some of the shit is undeniable. How he just he knew of a certain element back in 1982, and it wasn't. And he was this is a real element, and it didn't become an element until 2016.
I talked to KFC a little bit too, and he's no one really cares about talking about if aliens are real anymore, because there's legit just documents out there saying that there are aliens, and no one wants to argue anymore. They can just be walking. They're not, because people think they're fucking green goblins. They're not. They're us. They
could be anything.
People.
They could just be anything. They could be fungi. They could be bacteria. Anything's really an alien. It's just if it's from a different universe.
I was reading about Area 51. The people that work there you can only enter by a classified aircraft.
Yeah.
Jordan,
That's
listen to this.
insane.
I told you this, but I was on the History Channel, and in Montauk, on Long Island, there is a whole area that still to today you cannot go in, because they used to take kids off the street that didn't have any families, friends, weren't tied to anybody. So if you took them, no one would know you're gone. They would take kids and induce them with all their drugs and stuff, and make them our government soldiers. And 11 from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's basically they would do that, where they would make them into what they want, and they it's a whole I was
the Montauk Project.
The Montauk. I'm in that. I was the soldiers, and they induced me and shit. It was fucking crazy.
Wait, you got induced?
I didn't actually get induced. I was an actor.
How many of those movies though are there where I feel the 60s to 80s was a time
that's wild. Do you want to hear something crazy? Do you know Charles Manson? He just did Charles Manson just did acid. He was part of the acid test that the CIA ran. He is a product of the acid tests that our government did.
Whatever happened to the FBI being investigated? Is that still going on?
The FBI is just too busy doing the NCAA stuff and trying to get money from them. They're probably
That's
too
probably what it is. They got hands are tied with the NCAA.
Still trying to figure out what's going on with the NCAA. Man, I felt good. I love talking about that shit.
I could talk about this for hours.
Because-
I was literally on this for like 2 hours on my phone. Like
The Montauk shit's crazy because like I actually saw it, and like there's signs saying like you're not, if you're trespassing, you literally will basically like die. Like you just can't go in there. Still to today, like they're still doing some weird ass shit that we just like all right.
I'm starting to think my brother's an alien. He's in the Air Force and he works in intelligence, and he's pretty high up right now.
Definitely.
And
Is.
he's gotten a little weird the past couple of years. I think there's
Probably
something going on.
So much information that he's like,
Dude, yeah, he
He
probably
says
knows.
the whole world doesn't mean anything.
Nah, he probably knows. He probably knows so much of what. Dude, it's like there's people that live. I think like it's like Baltimore or like Annapolis, Maryland, and in San Diego, and it's like people in the Air Force are like, oh yeah, if you want to go like see the aliens, like everybody knows, wake up at like 5 a.m., go out to the port, and like you'll just see flying saucers all over. Like I firmly believe like people. It's so tough for me to talk about this shit now. It was so fun in college when nobody really thought I was dumb, and they're just like, oh, you're just like a stoner who's just speaking nonsense. Now I say this shit, and they're just like, you're so fucking dumb. Aliens, 1,000%, 1,000 million % can go in the air and they go down into water. There's no doubt about it. They go into the water.
1,000%.
Like there's those like flying saucers or whatever. They're not just like flying around. They're in the water. They're like submarines. They're everything.
100% real. They also, bro, like how do I put this? I like living in no knowledge of what's happening around me. I like living in my own world, and if I care about it, I like to go into it. If I really like these aliens there's people that know, like your brother definitely knows what's going on. He knows some things that we don't know. I don't ever want to know. I like speculating about things and talking out of my ass without doing any research. But these aliens are laughing at us. They're laughing at humans in America being and in the world being like, look how dumb these people are.
You guys like the movie Interstellar? Please tell me you guys seen it.
Yeah, I like it.
You, Marty. Oh my gosh.
It's
I would
good.
like it.
You guys, both of you haven't seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. Marty, like if you like talking about this shit, you need to watch it.
I gotta see it then.
It's literally the best movie of all time.
The thing that I always say to people too when they talk about like space and shit is like my favorite saying is, do you believe aliens are real? And then they're like, no, of course not. I was like, is it scarier to think that in this huge universe that we're alone or that there's someone else out there?
Or just the idea of us just existing. Like we're like literally a fraction of time.
Yeah. We're nothing. We are nobodies.
Literally. What everyone's been saying to us on social media is true.
Yeah. Facts. Like
we are nobodies.
We are worthless. We are nobodies. Like, yeah, this is all that we're just ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
There was also
that.
Pat Bev just got traded.
Who did?
Patrick Beverly.
Oh, damn, to where?
The Magic.
Ew.
For who?
Mo Bamba.
Really?
Damn.
Straight up?
Probably it says it right. That's what it is.
I always find it fascinating. Like I'm watching Timberwolves last night, and they just had like a huge trade, and they're just playing basketball without their star player.
Josh Hart found out like in the huddle before the game.
Kevin Durant this morning. It happened overnight. Imagine waking up and I would like I don't know about you guys, but going from Brooklyn to Phoenix, that's not really a bad destination.
Oh,
yeah, but Brooklyn's pretty cool.
Yeah, but Phoenix.
But dude, what about Mikal Bridges that just signed fucking $20 million a year, and he's just like, fuck. Now I'm going to the Nets with Ben Simmons and nobody else. Like, imagine. I thought about this. Imagine being a legit Nets fan. Like you're watching every night. That's all you care about. Your team is in third place, playing great without Kevin Durant playing, and then they just trade them all in the middle of the season.
I think Brooklyn's just a bizarre place to have a professional basketball team.
It is.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah, but you have like the Knicks is like the mecca of basketball.
For sure. 1,000%. But there is something very cool about the Brooklyn team. Like there's just a little bit more swag to it.
Is there though?
Yeah.
No.
What
Yeah.
is it? Because they haven't done
It's the
anything.
culture. It's like
no one cares about the Brooklyn Nets. No one actually like cares what's going on with them. Like the
people
Knicks are by far been worse than them, and the Knicks fans are so crazy that
Right.
they're
it's
ahead
way
of
better than the New Jersey Nets, which
I know,
which
but you're
was.
waking,
That's
you're growing up in New York. You're not going to be like, my dad's a huge Brooklyn Nets fan. I'm going to be like that. That's not happening.
So my argument there would be like if the Nets win a championship, it's a big if, but if the Nets win a championship, more fans will be made. That's just a factor with any championship.
They're not going to win a championship anytime soon.
Look at the Mets. Like people, a lot of people are like, how are you? Like, why are people Mets fans? Same argument. It's just a huge market. There's enough market for two teams.
Yeah, but that's kind of like they've been in the Mets have been around longer than. There's more historical information on.
But the Nets, the Nets were around with New Jersey, so like you can still have fans from like the New Jersey times. That's what Frank is.
I think New Jersey would be a better place though, because there's no. I don't know. I feel like the smaller town feels better.
Yeah, I think Brooklyn's pretty cool for what it is.
You think Patrick Beverley's going to get bought out? Like he doesn't want to go to Magic.
Maybe.
That's bad for business for us.
What's his contract?
I don't even know, but we have a podcast with Patrick Beverley. He was on the Lakers and I was on the fucking Magic.
A little closer.
Poor Terrence Ross, man. That guy's been wanting. Get him out of the Magic. He wants to get out of there.
I didn't even realize he was still playing.
Yeah. All right.
He was so good on was it 2K15? I used to play with him all the time.
When he like won the dunk contest and shit, Terrence Ross is still a good player.
That was Raptors, right? It was
Yeah.
him and DeRozan. Oh my gosh.
He got
They were
traded.
so
He got traded the year though where they lost. Well, they won.
Yeah.
It's tough. All right. Well, that's Roundball. That's college basketball, aliens, and NBA trade deadline talk. Who else is that well rounded?
That's why it's called Roundball, Marty.
Exactly. Look at that. All right. That's the show. We will see you guys on Monday. See ya.